When it comes to crying on cue, people need more proof than actual tears. Like judges, there needs to be more proof than actual tears to know if somebody is legit. Like, crying on cue is not enough. People use real tears as like a cheap way to win any court case. As a cheap and easy way to win any court case. So it's like, how do I say this? So when it comes to crying on cue, you gotta still look for other manipulative tactics, because that crying on cue could be a manipulative tactic that this person is trying to use on you. Number 2, I am not calling out, like, here's the thing. I'm not using everything the staff member of the group home does as proof as them being manipulative. I'm not using everything they do as proof as them being manipulative. Okay? There are right and wrong answers to being manipulative. Okay? I'm using science, I'm using psychology, and I'm using therapy. I'm using all these things as proof, and my past experiences with my mom, with my brother and my sister, as proof that the group home is being manipulative, or to predict the stuff that the group home staff would do, or that my mom would do in the next court date. So yeah, I'm not calling out everything that they do. Like, oh, if that person breathes, they being manipulative. If that person wears black, they being manipulative. If that person exists, they being manipulative. Like if that person's not saying anything, that person's being manipulative. If that person's saying too much, they being manipulative. If that person's doing this, that, and the other, they being manipulative. Like, just literally putting them in an impossible situation where it's like putting them in a logical corner where it's like their whole existence is manipulative. No, I'm not doing that. I'm using research on what psychopaths and narcissists and sociopaths be doing. I'm using research, I'm using logic to describe to let you know what is manipulative and what isn't. But if anybody were to use my whole existence, like if I were to use somebody's whole existence as being manipulative, yeah, then I'm being manipulative. But I'm not. I am using logic. I'm using scientific evidence. I'm using psychology. I'm using all of these things. So yeah, don't believe me? Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Those things help me a lot. Okay, it's protect me from a lot of toxic people. Alright. You'll be surprised at the amount of toxic people that I've encountered in my life. Alright. how do I say this? So, no. So here's the thing. If it may seem like, oh, I'm putting them in impossible impossible situation. Here's the thing. They put themselves in that situation. They could have just left me alone and let my improvements be valid instead of just lying on me just to keep me conserved. And I wouldn't even have to do all this. So yeah, I trusted them fully and they backstabbed me. So yeah, God bless.